Hello, hello. Today I want to show you how to draw a cute little critter called a raccoon. Uh, this is going to be a cartoonish looking, easy to draw raccoon. All right, let's go. Let's start at the bottom of the page. Well, sort of in the middle. The middle. Let's make a big wide letter U. Start with that. Now I'm just using a black crayon, but you can draw with whatever it is that you have handy. This raccoon is going to have an enormous head, and that's okay. Let's give this raccoon a really big head. It's going to start here on this side. It's going to come up and over and around to this side. And so it's going to be a big round head, almost like a circle. And mine's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be to look good. I'm just making this line darker. All right. So yeah, so that's the shape for the head and the body of this little raccoon. Now, raccoons also have ears that sort of look like how a cat's ears would look. So I'm going to make a line that kind of curves up a little bit like this, and then curves down like this on this side, and then I'm going to make one right about here that curves just a little bit and then comes down this way. But there's a point at the top. And since I'm using crayon, I'm just going to go ahead and do the inside of the ear. So I'm going to make a line here and like here, a line right here like this right here. And then I'm just going to color a little bit in there, not perfectly straight across, so it looks kind of furry. All right, so raccoons have markings on their face, big black fur areas around their eyes. But first, before we do that, let's draw the nose and mouth. So I'm going to put an oval right about here, right about there. And then I'm going to add an oval sideways like this up here at the top. And then and then I'm going to come down from the middle of that oval down and curve to the left. That looks like the letter J, doesn't it? And then I'm going to curve to the right in the opposite direction. Now this nose, I'm going to make it black, but I'm going to leave a little shine. So I'm going to draw a circle right about there, not square in the center, but off to the side a little bit, and then color it in with my black crayon. Well, if you're not using a crayon, you might not want to color yours in yet, but I'm using crayon. Now coloring with crayon for me is fun for me, even though there's a possibility I could mess up, but I don't worry too much about that. All right, we're going to do those big black areas around the eye. So I'm going to start right about here, not in the middle, but this line is going to lean up a ways, and do the same thing over here. It's going to lean up a ways like this. And then it's going to curve, and it sort of matches the curve of the face, and looks sort of like a letter D that's hiding back behind that oval. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, go in the opposite direction to make that curved line come down and connect. There. All right. Next, I'm going to add the eyes. Now, the eyes this area is going to be black, and the eyes are not going to be black. But there's going to be an eye right about here and an eye right about there. And so I'll make a circle here and a circle here about that size. And then I'm going to make a smaller circle inside of it so it has a shine. I'm going to put it on the left side like so and color this in. I'm going to color this in and color this in with my black crayon. Now, I probably color a lot faster than most people do because I've been doing it a long time. So you can wait and color yours later, or pause this video so you can continue on with me and we can continue drawing together. So, like I said, this area is going to be black. So very close to that black circle, I'm going to draw another circle around it with white. And this is so that I know where to stop coloring. All right. So you can color all this area. All this area needs to be black. Yes, all of this. There we go. This is not my best coloring, but I'll go back and make it better. So while I'm coloring this, I like to say shout out to all the animal lovers out there. I have a granddaughter who absolutely loves animals. I think she has like 6 pets in her home right now. And she loves animals, always has. Cats, dogs, birds. Yes, all of them. Little critters. Okay, that looks lovely. That's not my best coloring, but it will get better. So the next thing we're going to add are some legs and arms, and then last the tail. So I'm going to make this a waving raccoon. So I'm going to make a long U shape that curves and goes up like this for one arm. And I make this arm really close to its side down like that with another. It's just a long U shape. Then for the legs, do the same thing. One right here and one right here. Good. So he's going to be waving. Now they have little claws, so I'm going to put a little curve right here and 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. So that looks like a thumb, and then the fingers. So I'm going to put a thumb right here, curve this way, and curve in the opposite direction a little bit longer for these fingers, saying hi. Hi! I think 4 is a good number. I'm not too sure. Maybe they do have 5. No, maybe we should go back and add one more. All right, 5. Okay. Just like us, I guess. And then 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for the best part, the big bushy tail. I'm going to start right here where this leg connects with the body, and I'm going to make it puff and come out and curve just a little bit like that, like almost like a backwards S. And then I'm going to make it curve and come down and touch the body like that. It's not touching the arm. The tail is striped, so I'm going to add like a really scratchy line right here. 1 and 2, and I'm making it thick so it can look like the stripes on his furry self. I think I'll make the end black. I think that'll look better. And I'm not making this straight across. I'm kind of curving it because the tail is not going super straight. And there's the tail. What do you think? Now, in order for this raccoon to look furry all over, I'm going to add just a few marks to make the fur look like fur. And yes, just like that. Around the face, around the belly. I'm not doing it in any particular order, but I am trying to make sure that every part of this raccoon looks furry. So some of them are longer, some are shorter. Go back, put some shorter ones in between the longer ones. And I'm just moving my crayon around the paper to give that furry feel. Now, raccoons, I'm sure their fur is grayish, brownish, not too sure-ish. But if you color lightly with a black crayon, you'll get that effect. But the tail is black and white. So I'm just going to lightly color so I can get the grayish effect. I'm not going to color very hard at all. And voila, before you know it, your raccoon, just like mine, will be done and ready to be viewed by art lovers in your life. So I always say art makes you smart. Art is also good for your heart. I just like to rhyme. Have y'all noticed that? But it's good for your heart. It's a relaxing thing to do. something to do when you might be feeling sad. Sometimes it makes me feel better just to draw something. And if I'm focused on making something, then it's easier to forget about my troubles. So take time to make art whenever you can. Art makes you smart and it's good for the heart. And there's my raccoon. I hope you enjoyed this drawing session with me. Come back and see me again. We'll draw some more cool stuff.